As and many of you guys know, like the 4-hour work week, like Tim Ferriss talks about the 80-20 principle. So I implemented like actually the 20% of the work like we spend our like income producing active, that 80% of the productivity, and then 80% of like the stuff is usually only produce 20% of the productivity. So I spend my all my energy on my income producing activity in the early in the morning, like when I can really focus. So I've been like syndicating the blogs and videos, and also just broadcast to my target like leads. So just and then that's creating more results, like spending less energy and time. So income producing activities like very essential, and I'm really looking forward what Todd's going to bring out tonight to the group.
Awesome, Andrew. Well, that's definitely, some gold nuggets, we share with us. And so the next is I'm gonna bring the amazing Am from Quebec, Canada. Well, Am is a person I also met online with Facebook, and I met her at the event. And she does amazing videos. So if you guys want to check out her videos, that's awesome. So Am, what do you have to say about income producing activities?
Hey guys, well, thank you for the introduction, Alan. And I'm actually pretty excited about tonight's hangout with Mr. Todd Dowell. But what I have to say about income producing activities is that I'm into video marketing now. But here's the thing: when you're putting out content out there, you want to make sure that you don't spend hours trying to perfect that video or trying to perfect that blog post, because like what Alan and Andrew were saying, it's not income producing activities. Spending a lot of time on your videos or on your blog posts isn't going to make you money, right? So you want to make sure that you limit that time on your content, and then really try to syndicate it and market it out there, because that's what's going to help you produce more. Obviously, if you're using the Empower blog, then you should know about having that call to action in order to produce more, right? But we can get into all those technical things on another hangout. But what I have to say is to really focus on your timing when you are putting your content out there, and have a checklist of your strengths and your income producing activities, because that's how you're going to be able to get it throughout the day, and put as much content out there really to market. You have to really find your marketing strategies, your syndication strategies, and spend more time on marketing your content than producing your content. So that's what I have to say. Oh, also, I'm also into Facebook methods. I use Facebook for my marketing as well. But the thing about Facebook is that you can really get sucked into it, looking at people's posts and their pictures. Guys, that's just gonna waste so much of your time, and obviously they're not income producing activities, so you want to make sure that you spend a certain amount on Facebook doing what you have to do to market out there, to get more leads, and obviously onto your videos and your capture page. But that's what I have to say. So I'm gonna pass it back on to Alan.
Well, awesome, Em. Thank you so much. Like Em said, it's definitely very critical to have your own schedule, okay? Because if you're like me, I spend probably 2-3 hours online every single day marketing my business. So if I'm not focused, if I'm not, if I'm all over the place, then basically that 2 to 3 hours would be checking email, checking to see what's the next biggest launches, checking Facebook messages or pictures. I mean, then I would never get anything done. So if you really want to focus on your business within a very short period of time, let's say if you're working a full-time job or a full-time business, then you really want to focus and dedicate that 2 to 3 hours, whatever hour you allocate to your business, and just focus on it. I think every single action you do right now, is it bringing me income, or is it gonna suck up my income, right? So Obviously, focus and consistency is very important. So next, I want to bring on the amazing Joanne. Joanne is also an amazing video marketer. She has a real estate background. So why don't I pass it on to Joanne and see what she has to say about IPAs.
Thank you, Alan, for that introduction. Just like everyone pretty much has said before me, I think it was Andrew that mentioned about the 80-20 rule. I used to be a perfectionist, and I would basically want everything to be 100% perfect before I whether blog posts or video, what have you, before I send it out. So nowadays, first, before I start any income producing activity or my day even, I had this little sign that I kind of made. I know it's kind of but Alan touched base on this. I know you guys can see that. It says focus, and basically it says follow one course until successful. And then at the bottom, I have the word next. What that means is follow one course, one task until it's done, and then go to next. And set a timer, have a schedule, stay laser focused. I used to get on Facebook, like I think Em said, Facebook is such an income-sucking activity, and you do want to engage with people on Facebook, because I do use the Facebook marketing method as well. And you tend to see, all these notifications popping up, newsfeed, and you tend to get sucked into that. But when that happened, I had this taped right in front of my face, so as a focus, So that's a little tip there, as a reminder. Just stay focused, whenever you feel like you get off track. But anyway, that's my one little tip about income-producing activity. Back to our wonderful host, Alan.
Well, thanks, Joanne. Definitely. I mean, I have to remind myself every single day to focus on what I want in life, right? So I guess if you don't know exactly what you want in life, then it's really hard for you to keep doing the exact same thing every single day. So if you really want to have a goal, a dream that you really, really want to get, and that will actually keep you focused and actually dedicate and commit to your task every single day. Next, we have with us all the way from Malaysia. I'm not sure if I pronounced your name right. Is it Nazil? Can you hear us, Nazil? You might have yourself muted.
Hello?
Yep, we can hear you.
Can you hear me? Yeah,
awesome,
I'm from Malaysia.
Awesome. Hey, so Nazil, what do you have to say about income-producing activities?
Yeah, like the others people say that we need to focus, yes, because I'm still quite new in this Power Network, and I can say that if you really want to do something big, we have to focus. Like David always says, do it the simplest way as possible. Yes.
Awesome.
That's
yeah.
all I can say for now. Yeah.
Perfect. Well, definitely. I mean, you definitely have to stay focused and stay on course. And like Joanne said, follow one course and until success, right? So, I mean, that's we have to keep reminding ourselves every single day to stay focused and commit to your goals. So next, I have here all the way from Australia, Tam, an amazing marketer, which I also got a chance to meet in Chicago. So Tam, what do you have to say about IPAs?
Hey everybody, hey Alan, thank you for joining us, and hey Todd, thank you for joining us as well on this panel. Income producing activities is one of the topics that I love to talk about, and I'm so fortunate, when I joined Empower to learn about income producing activities. So I think that, anyone who's tuned in to watch this hangout right now, you're very lucky, because when I started internet marketing in 2009, I had no idea what income-producing activities were, right? So I, like Andrew was saying, I went to build a blog, and I just worry about getting my header looking perfect. And when I spend time writing my blog, I just spent so much time, sometimes half a day, sometimes even a day, just to create a blog. But the idea of the internet is putting as much content out there. So the best analogy that I can give you is, pretend like you're stranded on an island, right? And there's thousands, hundreds of thousands of islands out there, and you need to build bridges to those islands so that people can come to your island to rescue you or whatever, or to see what you're doing on your island. So basically, that's what you need to do. Just put as much content out there as you can, but be quick. When you create a blog or a video, just give yourself a time limit. You don't have to be perfect. Version 1 is better than version 0. So just create it, send it out there, syndicate it. Syndicate is an income-producing activity. Creating a blog isn't, right? So basically, an income-producing activity is something that you generate income for you, put money inside of your pocket, right? That's pretty much all I have to say. I want to be really brief and quick because I really want to hear what Todd has to say. So, Alan, I want to pass it back to you right now.
Well, that's awesome. So one thing I want to kind of, write off what Tim said is, you don't have to get it right, but you just have to get it going, right? So you don't have to get it right, you just have to get it going. And before I pass on to Todd, I want to share a quick message is that, recently I saw a video with Tony Robbins, and he was saying that, when the new year hit, everyone's New Year's resolution is, get fit, go in the gym, right? But around January 15th, most of the people that you see in the gym are no longer there, right? So basically, they go back to their old selves, right? So really, in this business with income-producing activities, you have to be consistent, and it takes about 30 days to make a consistent action into the habit. So the moment you turn action to the habit, that's when you see the growth and momentum in your business, and that's where you see income start growing. So without further ado, I cannot wait to pass it on to our guest speaker, Todd. Well, Todd, used to be an ex-forklift driver, and obviously, he'll tell more about his story. But he is definitely an amazing person, really down-to-earth person, which I also got a chance to meet in Chicago. And Todd is just really killing in this business. He knows traffic, he knows conversion. If you guys don't know, if you can master traffic and conversion, you can literally write your own financial ticket to freedom, right? So without further ado, Todd, please share with us what you do, what are some of the income-producing activities you do, and maybe some tactics that can share with our viewers and how they can help build their business. So Todd, pass it on to you.
Okay. Just let me know if you can hear me well.
Yeah, we can hear you.
My screen on. How about that? Can you see me now?
Awesome.
All right. Some of the income producing activities I do, it doesn't even have to do with really activity. I would say about 6 months ago, I stopped watching TV. I turned off the radio. A lot of the stuff that I used to do that used to take up a lot of my time, I just stopped doing. And I focused purely on, developing my mind and doing the daily things that I need to do. I'm not much of a blogger. I'm just gonna put it out there right now. I'm not much of a blogger. I used to be a blogger, but now I'm really into paid marketing, and I do a lot of video marketing. If you go out there, you see a lot of videos. I've got about 500 videos out there right now. So the thing that I focus in on every single day is I focus on, my daily thing is at least making a couple of videos a day, whether it be for a sales video, whether it be for putting onto my blog a blog post that my VA has already created for me, or doing just an income-proof video. I do a lot of income-proof videos because obviously we know that leveraging our success is going to help us to get better conversions, right? So I do 2 videos a day. I write 1 email copy out to my list per day. Okay, and that is the main income producing activity that I do. That's what makes me get as many sales as possible, whether it be in a Power Network or whatever company that I'm in. That's what makes me the most sales, is connecting with the people that are on my list, right? So if some people came into my funnel and through a video, they've already seen a bunch of my videos. The chances are that they've seen me a couple of times before they even opted into my list. So whenever they opt into my list, they're going to convert a whole lot faster than if you were to go out there and get solo ads traffic into your funnel. So I focus on I know this is going to sound bad, but I focus on manipulating people to get into my programs. I focus on getting into people's heads and understanding. I understand people, and you have to understand different types of people. There's people that like to read. There's like people that like to watch videos. There's people that I don't know. Maybe they have an engineering job. There's different types of people, and what you have to consistently think about doing is how can I tap into those type of people? Are those type of people on my list? How can I tap into that in order to basically, I guess, get into their head and just kind of build that rapport with that type of person? So it like by you doing the same, sending out the same emails every single day and about the same topics, you're gonna lose people. But if you arrange your emails in a way that it's going to connect with each type of people, okay, you're constantly changing it up, you're going to be able to grasp and get more people onto your basically turn them into sales. I mean, does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. It does. Okay, so Todd, I don't think the viewer has some of your background story, but maybe walk us through how long you've been online and when you start seeing that breakthrough in your business. You know, the moment that you decide to make it happen and also start implementing something that that really got you going.
I didn't know if you want me to hear this long drawn out story, so that's why I didn't put it up front like that. Yeah, I'll certainly go over my story if you want to hear it. It's funny because like a couple of years ago, I was actually a truck driver. That's like the first thing that I was doing that actually made me a decent amount of money. So I was doing this truck driving thing, and it's a very boring job, right? You're driving all day long. I would have to drive to 11 to 12 hours a day. And in this time, I was starting to get into the internet marketing world. I had money to play with, but I didn't know what the heck I was doing at all. I was just wasting money every week, and I had money to waste, but I was just wasting money, right? And once I got out of that whole trucking industry, I actually got into the warehouse industry. Basically, the front end of that, I was loading and unloading trucks all day long. I worked 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 hours a week. 10 to 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. Sometimes they would make us go in on Saturdays. I mean, they would tell us on Friday that we needed to be in on Saturday, which wouldn't give us enough time to be able to tell our babysitters and whatnot that, hey, I can't do whatever I need to do on Saturday because now I have to go to work, right? So after that, after I got into that industry, I got tired of doing the same crap every day. The job that I was doing was a case picker. I was actually a temp worker when I got into that industry. Okay, I don't know if you guys know what a temp agency is, but basically if you don't do the work as good as you can, they're going to cut you loose. And at that time, it had been a year since I had a job from leaving that trucking industry, so I really needed the job really bad. So in that sense, I had to basically pick 3,500 boxes every day. 3,500 boxes need to hit the pallet and be off, in the staging lane for forklift drivers to go load the trucks every day. I was pulling in 4,000 boxes a day because I needed to get out of that situation. I had to get out of that situation. I had to move up. The money that I was making wasn't cutting it. So after a year of doing that, and in between that time, I was losing a lot of weight by doing that job because there was no air conditioning. I was losing. It was like my old lady. I call my old lady. It's my fiance. She said that I was starting to look sick because I was working in that industry and working in that warehouse. So eventually, I got out of that situation. I started to become a forklift driver. I was making more money, but my brain was just like shut down. There's nothing for me to think about mentally. It was like there was no way to go up. Okay, after that point, I was just stuck. So I went back to the internet marketing industry. I started doing blogs every single day. I used to have my own blog. I'm not going to name it right here, but I used to have my own blog, and I blogged every single day. After a point of time, after blogging, I started generating some income by blogging. It wasn't a lot of income. It was up and down marketing different products. It was not multi-level marketing or network marketing companies or anything. It was just plain products, and I was making money with it. But it was up and down. It was not. It wasn't consistent enough for me to be able to do that and just quit the job, which is what I wanted to do. Long story short, last year I got fired from that job because I got into a car accident last year. Some of you already know of that, and the car that I had was the only car that I had. I lived 25 miles away from my job, so there was nobody that literally could take me to my job every single day. The gas prices were about $3 to $4 a gallon at that time. Just nobody would take me. So at that point in time, after a few days of me not being able to get to work, they just laid me off and just let me go. The good thing was that when I got fired and when I got in that accident, it wasn't my fault. So the company, the insurance company actually gave me some money. Now I had a decision to make with that money. Do I go out there and get another warehouse job, start from the bottom and rise to the top? Or do I take the money and invest in something and grow a business and be able to live off that business? Because we all know $4,000, and while you're looking for a job, you're going to be spending that money continually, right? If you do that, if I would have took that money and spent it on what I needed to spend it on, bills, paying my car notes, all that kind of stuff, if I would have did that like a good person should, I would be stuck right now. I'd probably be living out on the streets. So what I did was, at that point in time, in Power Network, there's a friend of mine. He was a student from way back in the day, okay? I was actually doing a little bit of coaching when I figured out how to make the money blogging. That's another one of my income streams that I did. A student of mine kept on hammering me every single day. Man, you got to check out this Empower Network thing. You got to check this out. Look, we got a live stream tonight, 9 o'clock p.m. Don't be late. Every day he would hammer me with Empower Network. So I was like, oh my gosh, every day. Then I got one of the emails when I got fired, and I guess one day it just clicked in me like, this thing makes total sense. So I was a very religious person, okay? I prayed a little bit. Then I said, you know what? I'm just going to get into this thing. When I made that decision that I needed to get in this thing, I wasn't just saying, okay, I'm just going to get in at 25 and then I'll see what happens. And then if I make some money, then I'll just reinvest the money and then get the other levels. I actually took the money. I got all in at that time. At that time, it was up to the 15K. I got all in. And 2 months later, I turned that little investment. Okay, I actually used all my money on advertisement. I had $100 left in my bank account that day after I got all in and bought advertisement. 2 months from that point, I generated $14,000 with that $4,000 that I invested. I was literally eating like canned beans and hot dogs and ramen noodle soup until I got my first paycheck from Empower Network. But that's how hard you got to be willing to be able to push this business. If you're not willing to put everything into it, if you're not willing to cut your plan B out of the picture and just do plan A, you're not going to make it in this business. You're not going to make it in any business, as far as I'm concerned. You got to go hard. You got to put everything into this as if it's your last option, your last job. This is the last cut before you make any type of money whatsoever. So that's my story, Alan.
Wow, that is awesome. Like you said, there is no plan B, and most people treat this business as a hobby rather than a business. As you know, hobby costs money, right? So, Todd, I'm going to ask you a question, and then I'm going to have the rest of the panel, because I'm sure they're very eager to kind of pick your brain and see what you're doing. So maybe my question to you is, obviously, behind you, there is that big fat check which you went on stage to collect, and so exactly, can you kind of share with us? You told us that you took all your money and you kind of put it into advertising. So is it obviously it's paid advertising? So in particular, is it Facebook pay-per-click? Is it solo ads? Maybe kind of walk us through a little bit so that a new person, when they come here, is like, wow, what do I do to kind of start generating that kind of income that Todd is producing?
Okay. Well, first of all, that check, I don't know if you can. I can't really move this screen, but this check is for $25,000. Yeah, I can't. I don't think I can.
No worries, we see it.
It's 25,000. It's a $25,000 check, and what I have to tell you is this: I did it all. Well, the majority of it with solo ads traffic. At that particular time when I was getting into solo ads marketing, I didn't know the industry. I just gambled. I went to. I'm not even like everybody knows where to go to get the solo ads. You're just not doing it. I went to the solo ad directory and I started picking off every one of those people. Like every time I made some money, I was going right back to the solo ad directory and I was just picking them off one by one by one. Each time I ran, I would track every single result that I have from there. How many opt-ins I got when I ran it, how many sales I got off of the people in there. Okay. I don't want to go into specific details, obviously, about how to track it, but every time I would set up a new web form with that person through Aweber, right? And I would put a little tracking device on there. So whenever I get that lead, I know exactly where that lead came from, what source it came from. And once that person buys, obviously in the Empower Network, right? You get their email address. So I'll take that email address and I'll match it up in my Gmail account. And if it matched up with that vendor, then I'll put him on my list. Okay, my bucket, my money bucket, right? So all I was doing was weeding out the bad people, not necessarily bad people, but people that just didn't convert for me right off the bat. I would have this money bucket, and once I had a good size amount of money, people in that money bucket, I just kept on using them over and over and over again. And then I kept on experimenting with other people and just keep on continually to add to my money bucket.
Awesome. Yeah, definitely. You know, I myself also do a lot of solo ads, so it's all about testing, tweaking, and scale your campaign as you see a result.
But it's not all about the traffic, man.
Mm-hmm.
I have to be totally honest.
Mm-hmm.
It's about what you need to do. You need to email them every day, at least once a day. Mm-hmm. I know there's people in EN at the top that are hammering 5-6 times a day to their email list. When you get somebody on your list, they don't know what to expect. You got to set the tone for them. If you want to be able to email 3 times a day, well, darn it, you better be emailing 3 times a day every day. If you want to email 3 times in a day and then skip a day and then do 3 times every other day, you have to keep consistently having that same pattern every day. Once you do that, your list will be trained to understand that they're going to get 3 emails a day from you, and they won't, sit there and complain and, people getting off your list, et cetera, et cetera. It's okay for people to get off your list. They need to be off there anyways if they don't understand what you're doing, or they don't want to get into your program or anything. They're costing you money anyway, so they need to go. Goodbye. Get off my list.
Exactly. I think it all boils down to consistency, and I was saying transforming your consistent action into a habit, which you do every single day, like Todd said. If you don't send out those 2 emails, don't go to bed. Okay? Do it, and then go to bed, right? So you have to train your mind to do these actions, or else you won't go to bed. I mean, that's the kind of attitude you have to set for your business if you want to be successful. So I want to pass it to Andrew. Andrew, what kind of questions do you have for Todd?
So yeah, like in the beginning when I got started, like I started like sending like email every day. I thought I was like being annoying to my list, but actually it's not. So what kind of like email do you usually write? Like usually like when you send out to your list? So do you provide more on values, or do you also offer some training or like offers, like, because like some people who are listening, like they're new to like email marketing, they don't know like what to write and like what to send to their list. So can you share a little bit about it?
What would you send to a friend if you had a friend that was that you wanted to talk about Empower Network? I mean, what would you say? I mean, what kind of email would you send that person?
Yeah,
I mean, you don't have to answer. I'm just saying, like, I'm just trying to get you to think. Like, you got friends that you have to treat your list like they're your friends, man. Any type of situation that you have to write. It's all about your ad copy. That's what's gonna make the sale. Because anybody can just draft up an email and just like send it off. That's cool. Any type of situation that you have that's like getting up, like something pisses you off, or maybe your dog crapped on your shoes or something like that. You can actually write an email about this stupid dog crapping on your shoes and turn it into something that's going to convert by telling that story about the dog crapping on your shoes. You're connecting with those people. You seem like a real person to that person on the other side of that email. Maybe you're taking a trip to Hawaii and you want to talk about the trip to Hawaii, all the kind of things that you're preparing for it. You're nervous about this and that or whatever. Talk about those situations and figure out a way to wrap it up to push Empower Network. And that's how you're going to be able to make sales no matter what's on the other side. Maybe it's a crappy converting sales video. It doesn't matter because you connected with them before you sent them to the video. They're already ready to sign up.
I totally agree. I mean, like Todd said, you have to have your list know, like, and trust you. And as we know, fact tells, story sells. So however you can incorporate, your own life as a story and tell your list. And like Todd said, I mean, that's something I kind of took away is pretend you're talking to your friend. What would you say to your friend that will engage them in a conversation? And that will really how you should treat your list, not just hammer them with join now, because you have to remember that people join people. They don't join program. So you have to treat your list well, and they will come back to you and join you. So I'm gonna pass it on to you so you can ask some question to Todd.
Hey Todd, how's it going?
Pretty good.
Okay. My question to you, I know we kind of spoke about this before, but you said that you got into videos before getting into paid ads, right?
Right.
So what would you suggest to a new person who's jumping onto EN and who don't have a budget for paid ads yet?
What should I like? What do you suggest I do?
What would you suggest for the new members of who just joined EN but they don't have that budget for paid ads? What would you suggest for them to start getting traffic?
Video. I would go straight to video. I mean, that's what I know. I know best is video and connecting it to Facebook. I would start hammering any type of questions. Like, you're new, so you need to use that as your advantage. Anything that you want to learn how to do it, make a video about how to do it, and twist it up and put and actually send people to your Facebook and your Empower Network link to get onto your list. I mean, that's what I did in the beginning. Like, I had rough periods where I didn't make so much money with Empower, so I had to resort back to my old style, which is making the videos, and that's what supplements my income and makes my income consistent across the board by having content out there. So yeah, I would go out there and everything that you learn, like you want to set up how to set up Aweber, then you go to YouTube, you type in how to set up Aweber. Okay, cool. Now I watch the video. Now I know how to set up Aweber. Make a video about how to set up Aweber and talk about Empower Network. How to set up a blog post. I don't know how to set up a blog post. Go into YouTube or go to Google. Figure out how to do it. Make a video about it. You're learning. You're earning as you're learning. Okay, and there's so much other things that you can learn. How to get leads. When you learn how to get leads, obviously by doing the paid and doing the free stuff, when you get the leads, talk about how you got the leads.
Thank you. No, it's just like, because for those who are wondering, who don't, for those who don't have a budget, then obviously you can use videos like Todd was saying, and videos is extremely effective, is an effective way of marketing yourself and your products. So
yeah, like my best day with free marketing, I got 200 leads in one day from a video, one video.
That's awesome.
One video. And like those leads, I can tell you this right now, those leads outperform my solo ads leads 3 to 1.
And why do you think that is?
Because they see me, they connect with me, and I guess I come off as a real person, like somebody they can trust. But when you make your videos, I don't, they just click the link, just get on in. Like I have people get all in just from one of my videos. Yeah.
Well, yeah, like Todd is totally right. I think the person who's watching you through your videos, they get to know you a lot better, so they become that warm market compared to solo ads. They're your cold market, right? So definitely they get a better perspective of who you are and whether you're a real authentic person, and that's why they would be more prone to join you, right?
Right. I just want to share this real quick. I'm sorry, it just came like, the secret to making more money in Empower, what I've noticed and what my trending things that I did when I first started Empower, is when you connect with your team, the people that you get in Empower Network, you don't have to be an expert. You can pick up a book right now, or you can listen to an audio right now and learn something right now and share that with your team at least once a week. Some of you, I don't know if you guys got the other products, whatever it is, but there's stuff, there's information in there that tells you that you need to be able to connect. You need to connect with your team or with your leads every single week, at least once a week. And by doing that, you don't have to talk about, oh, you need to do this, you need to get in, you need to, pitching that the whole time. Just drop knowledge, and the way that you drop knowledge is by reading and learning new things, obviously, and just sharing it with them. That's it. That's worth money.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for.
They upgrade. Like, it's just insane.
I don't know if you answered. I don't know if you mentioned it, but can I just ask you one question real quick? That video that you said that had a lot of leads that you just mentioned just now, can you tell us what it was about? You can say no. It's just out of curiosity. You don't have to answer, Todd.
It was like a trending topic. Okay. I like to attack trending topics because I know people are looking for them. Any type of massacre, any type of products that are launching, new Apple iPhone 16s coming out next week. I'm gonna make a video about that, and I'm gonna siphon that traffic, because when that product launches, there's gonna be a swarm of people looking for it, and I'm gonna be right there in the middle of it, just basically intercepting that traffic and sending it to my phone.
Awesome. Thank you.
Well, I'm not sure if you guys got that, but Todd just shared $1 million secret right there. Even go to Google Trend and type in exactly what people are looking for and position yourself with the mass, right? If, let's say, iPhone 5 or 6 is coming along, and basically do a review on what you think about iPhone 6 or iPhone 5, and then put your link underneath the video, and when people search for it, they're going to find you, right? I mean, just position yourself with where the massive traffic is coming in. I mean, that alone is going to take my business double this year. So thanks so much, Todd, for that secret out there.
There's so many trending topics, man.
Exactly.
You got YouTube trending topics. You got Alexa top ranking trending topics. You got Google. You got Yahoo. You got so many of them. You could just choose one and just go at it. Every day there's something going on. Somebody's getting killed. Somebody's getting something's happening in this world every day. You got to piggyback off of that.
Exactly, exactly. And yeah, just take action, do that video. If you're just listening to us right now and not take action, not do the video, then it's really much useless to you, right? Then so just do it and take the action. And JJ, what do you have to say about asking Todd some what he wants to, what you want to know?
Well, gosh, he's covered quite a bit and dropped quite a few golden nuggets there. Just want to clarify a few things with Todd. You mentioned video, Facebook marketing that you start doing in the beginning. Maybe I missed it, but are you still doing those two methods? Those two marketing methods?
I still do them almost like every day.
Okay, and then you're also doing solo ads and hit hard with the email marketing.
Yeah, I'm very heavy on solo ads, like very heavy. Like, yeah, my goal is to spend $30,000 a month on Facebook on solo ads. That's my goal.
Okay.
I usually spend anywhere between $900 and $2,000 a week on ads, if I can. But I got it's not just like I'm not just forcing it all to Empower Network. I got different things that I'm doing. So.
Okay. So do you have an idea as to which method has gotten you the most results or the best results?
As far as upgrades and getting more money, my videos have made me more money than my solo ads. Like the solo ads, I get a lot more people in, but those people don't upgrade right away. It takes a long time for them to upgrade. As far video marketing, I can get 50 leads in a day and make more money than if I get 500 leads in a day with solo ads. On that present day, I can. And over the long run, as far as the upgrades, to the other products, making more money off that customer, I make more money per customer with the content, with the video marketing content than I do with anything else.
Great, awesome, thanks, Todd. And you mentioned about treating your list as your friend, and I just want to say that I totally agree with that, because I know that when I send emails out with pictures of like my family, especially my dog, for some reason I get much higher open rate, when I send out pictures of my dog. I don't know why, but picture of my family, not so much. But when it comes to dogs, I guess my subscribers are more dog lovers. But it's true that people relate with you more when you project yourself as that approachable, personable, not the stuffy, business-like kind of person. And by the way, so good seeing you again, Todd. This is we actually met in Chicago event, and guys, this is one of the reasons. To go to the events, the power events, and last night we did that. So we, if you missed that, the last night's Go Hangout, you got to watch it. But that's where we met Todd, and awesome. Thank you, Todd.
No problem. You guys got to play with your subject lines too. I'm really big on playing with those subject lines, because you want to get as many eyeballs on that email as possible, right? Just think about what type of emails will make you open them up. Like if you write your subject line and it looks like whatever, then you need to rewrite it to where it's like, what the heck is this? Like that's what it should say to you every time you make a subject line. What the heck is this? To where you can get them to open up the emails to see what it is that you're promoting.
That's awesome. Well, one thing I want to add to what Todd said is, if you guys don't know how to write creative subject line, there's a very simple way to do it. It's basically opt in to some of the leaders' lists out there, which you can easily find on Facebook, and see what they're doing, and kind of model, not copy, but model what they're doing, and kind of see and observe what they're putting on their subject line, because likely are, chances are they are having a really good subject line and getting really good open rates. So just one tip I want to share, with you guys. And Nazil from Malaysia, how are you doing over there? Good morning to you. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome, awesome. Well, do you have any question
Can you hear me okay?
for our amazing guest speaker, Todd?
Yeah, so for Todd, what if you don't have, if you are starting new and you don't have a list, what would you think the best way for you to first create your first lead and to 10 and from 10 to 100? So what would be your advice to the new people here? I think
Advice.
that's the question. What's the best
You
way?
have you have like no list, right? And you have like no money, right, to build the list, right? Like I said, man, it goes back to those trending topics that are right now, problems that are happening. Your main focus is to get them on your list by making a video about that trending topic and say, look, you need to get on my list right now and go ahead and check it out. Watch the video whenever you get on the other side. Just keep on doing that throughout your video. Like, look, check the link. Check the link. Click the link right below. Get on my list right now.
So
like this command, you gotta command them to do it, because otherwise it'll just be a link right there, and they're not gonna click it unless you tell them to go ahead and click it.
all right. So we need to create a very strong call to action to the sales video. Is it?
Yeah, no, to your link to get onto your list, because that's obviously you can use your Empower Network link, obviously, right? And I recommend you use the Make Now link, Squeeze Phase.
Customize, yes.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that's what I would do. I would make as many videos as possible. Like in my beginning of my career, I was doing 15 videos a day. If you want to take massive action, that's what massive action is. You take. I can do that in a span of 3 hours. I can make 15 videos, quality videos, in 3 hours.
Wow.
So if you only got 3 hours to do whatever you need to do, you need to you just keep on doing it over and over again until you get it down packed. You know how, like, let's say for example, like Tony Robbins, right? You guys read his book? Like, wait, let's see, like
Yes.
Awake the Giant Within. Read that book yet?
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Inside of that book, he was telling people that he was a horrible speaker. He did not know how to speak at all. He knew that his industry leaders that were these phenomenal speakers were doing, I don't know, like 15 presentations per year, right? You know what he did to become a professional speaker? He would at least book a slot every day to do a presentation. So, because what he knows is that if he continues to do that every single day, eventually he's going to become an expert. Okay, the average expert, it took them 5 years to become an expert by doing 15 presentations per year. Then he's going to do a presentation every single day, and he's going to become better over time in a lot quicker time period. So it's the same thing about doing, your videos. If you suck at doing videos and you stumbling over your words, like I stumble over my words, who gives a crap, right? Nobody. Like I was telling, I hope she doesn't kill me, but I was telling M the other day, I said, like, you're so worried about, doing these videos and, stumbling and all, like, man, who cares? Like, this is not paying your bills. Like, who cares? You know what I'm saying? Like, just get the video, do the videos to make the money, and then laugh at them later for laughing at you when you couldn't do what you needed. You couldn't do the videos the right way, right?
I don't know what he's talking about. I'm kidding. He's right, and I did get over my fear, but he's totally right. Other people are not going to pay for your bills, so do what you got to do.
Well, that is awesome. Yeah, like what Todd said again, is golden nuggets. I mean, make sure you guys took some notes there. And yeah, like doing it every single day until you get it right. In the beginning, you might screw up. Who cares? But if you do it over and over and over again, I'm sure by the 100th video, you'll be damn good at it. So just stick to it and and basically just do it, right? So Tam, our last speaker, our last guest, panel here. What do you have to say to Todd?
Hey, Alan. Oh man, I've been anxious waiting for my time. Look, like I said, like I said, version 1 is always better than version 0. If you're stuttering, you're stuffing up, just go ahead, just do it. Hey, that's your first video, and then the second one's going to be better than that one, and then your 100th one's going to be better again. And speaking of commands, right? I mean, if you guys can see my tagline right now, just join now. So I think, if the tagline says so, you should go and do that. Hit the register button right now and just join right now. Whoever brought you here, whether it be me, Todd, Neil, JJ, Emily, Drew, Alan, just go back to them and join them. And you're a part of a wonderful team here. We're going to give you a lot of support. We're going to help you make money as soon as we can. Todd, thank you for sharing such amazing things so far. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have to go back and watch this over again. I'm taking a lot of notes, but I know there are some things I missed. But this is the thing: when you're listening to people who are making a lot of money, you really have to pay close attention, real close attention, because you're not at their level yet, right? So a lot of the stuff they say go over your head. They're giving you nuggets, but you just think, oh, okay. You don't take it seriously, but you really go back and listen to what Todd's saying again. And he's dropping a lot of juice. He's telling you exactly what he's doing, and I'm just loving this hangout right now. But Todd, I got a few questions. First of all, my first question is, are you using any of EN capture pages to send out when you do your solo ads?
Dun, dun,
Or do you use your own custom? Yeah. Again, you don't have to answer it if you don't want to.
When they first come out with it, yeah, I'm on it. I'm all on the sending out on their capture pages. But for the most part, yes, I do use my own capture pages that I created for myself just for the purpose of Empower Network. There's a lot of different programs you can get out there to go create your own squeeze pages. You can go get Epic Squeeze. That's a good one. One of my buddies actually developed that plugin to do that. You can use WP Lead Gorilla. It's another one. That's the one I mainly use is WP Lead Gorilla. But that component is very important, man. It's very important when you're doing solo ads. But when you're doing organic traffic, when you're getting organic traffic, it doesn't really matter, because most of the time they haven't even seen it before. So but in the solo ad industry, these people have already seen this capture page, and now the page is getting 8% opt-in rate. Ouch. You don't want to. Man, I hate to bash or anything like that, but I'm all for getting the right type of results. And if I'm gonna have my team follow me, I'm gonna say, hey, you need to get these capture pages over here because you're gonna get a better opt-in rate, because I'm teaching solo ads. So that's just my spin on it, Tam. Just telling the truth, man. You're only gonna get the truth from me. So if it's disappointing, I'm sorry. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie and say I'm using the Empower Network squeeze pages.
No, awesome. You're telling it the way it is, right? And then that's awesome. And you gave us a couple of places where we can actually go and start and do that. I'm gonna look into that, absolutely. Another question I want to ask you: you were talking about providing value to your list and treating them as a friend. That's amazing, by the way. I never actually have that sort of perspective. I never looked at my list as that perspective. So now, if I write to my list, I'm gonna write it like I'm talking to a friend. But my question for you is, for the new people who have come online, and obviously you've been online for a long time, you've built systems, and you've got over 1,000 members right now. You have a lot of tools and things that you can provide your list as as valuable stuff, right? For a lot of people who just come on, first of all they lack the knowledge, the experience, but at the same time they don't have any valuable things they can supply their list on a regular basis. So, where can we find that? If there's a place to find things we can provide to our list, how do you go about it when you first started?
Man, that goes back to the content and learning, right? you got so much products, information back there, man. It's ridiculous. Like, I don't know if you guys are all in or what's the case with you guys, but there is too much information back there for you not to have enough information to spit out to your list, man. Like, you don't have to give them the whole video and just, you know, send it off to your list, but take a little bit, like a little piece of that, interpret it into your brain, and then make a video about just the, you know, about that particular video, and then you can, that's value, man. If you can package up those things and just keep on doing that, creating your own video about what you learned in this particular module and in that particular module, you eventually created your own product. And then you can use that as a bonus, like, look, man, I got 4 videos that I made, and these videos are the stuff. And if you join me today, I will give you these 4 videos just for you to get in at the 25. Now, we're not talking about the Inner Circle, Costa Rica, 15K, $3,500 level. Once you understand, once you get those products, you'll have the knowledge that it takes to create that type of product. You'll understand what it takes to create $100 product of 5. That's why you got to buy it. Not because it's the greatest product in the world, which I'm telling you right now, they are the greatest products. Like, I hate to sound cliche, but these products are the stuff. Like, I just got the master's course the other day. Oh my gosh, dude. I was like, I thought I was like an expert. I was like, man, you make me feel stupid. There's so much content back there, man. There's so much stuff that you can learn. You have to regurgitate. Don't feel stupid for trying to be like Dave and Dave. Just emulate them. Be a model and model them. And once you speak like them, like some of you hear me speaking, I say right, yeah, right, because Dave says that a lot, right? See, I listen to him. I listen to his sales videos. I listen to the way he's speaking. I listen to all the hidden messages that he has inside of his video, and I'm like, okay, he says that because he wants people to do this. Okay, all right. See, it's more behind just the sales video. Believe it or not, there's so much content in the sales video. It's ridiculous. If you pay attention, you want to sell like David? You guys want to sell like David on video? Watch him and just do exactly what he's doing.
Awesome. You know, absolutely. Like, one of the tip I want to throw out here is, you know, if you want to get good at selling, definitely check out the sales videos and read all the emails that you get from the leaders, right? Because, I mean, they're actually giving you marketing materials for you to send out. And if you really want to be a better marketer, you know, read those emails. I have an email account, a separate one that I just jump on everyone's list with, and I get, like, you know, thousands and thousands of emails. And for the longest period of time, I just ignore these emails. I go in there and I take, you know, what I can, like what headline I can, what email I can, but I never actually sat down and read them. I'm actually starting to do that now. And by reading those emails and just by following a one particular leader, for example, actually, I don't want to throw names out there, but for example, just a leader you like to follow, just read the emails every day and watch what the leaders do, and really don't listen to what they say, but watch what they do and do exactly the same. Just picking up what you were sharing there about videos, packaging what you learn and putting into a video. I just want to ask you, this is a small question, just when do you send them to your YouTube channel? You give them a YouTube link, or do you like embed that onto your blog and then send them there? What do you do?
A lot of the times you'll see me sending them straight to the YouTube video right on YouTube. Sometimes, like if I'm running like a promo like that, I will have them, I'll send them to, I'll put it like on a custom page or something and put the buy button right underneath it or something. Like an optimized press. I use that a lot to create my pages. Like, that's like the handiest tool that I have, like, is the optimized press, because I use that every day, man. Every day. You can look at some of the leaders, right? We can look at Alex Zumbrett, right? I don't know if you guys study funnels, right? This is like my secret. Well, not really my secret, but I became a master at copying people's funnels. Each and every one of the leaders at the top is broken has broken off and created their own little, when they create their content, they put it on their own page, right? With a buy button underneath it. I know I'm not speaking to the newbies right now, but like this is like for people that are intermediate that understand, hey, you know, I can get an optimized press and learn how to use it or whatever. Most of the top leaders at the top are creating their own pages sometimes to send them to it. Okay, this is not every day, folks. This is like, you know, once or twice a week they create a fresh, you know, proof video with the buy button under, you know, register now, 100% commissions. And the other times I see a lot of people will send them straight to their blog post. If you got a blog post today, whatever content that you create every day, you send them straight to it. It's a YouTube video, send them to the YouTube video. You created a blog with the video on there, send them to the blog post. Why do I keep putting that up there? Send them to the blog post with the video up there. Does that make sense? You're sending them straight to your fresh content every day that you created. That, like Justin Ringia and so on and so forth. They got so many emails that go out on autopilot because they've picked out which ones convert. Like every time you send out an email and you got a conversion from that email, save it, put it in a pot. Okay, cool. I can put this as follow-up number 2. All right, that works. So once you get like a stream of those converting emails, all you got to focus on is just driving traffic, massive traffic. Just keep on stuffing it into your funnel because you know those emails are going to keep on converting for you day after day. That's what like an autopilot system is when you have those converting emails stacked up day by day. But what I've seen that every leader does on top of that is they send out a broadcast. You know, like the Monday night call. They invite their list to the Monday night call. That's very important because they get to hear from the creators of Empower Network every week. It's personal. When you hear somebody talking to you on the phone, like it's very personal when they can hear the leaders talking to you like right now. It feels like, hey man, he's right on the other side of the phone. But yeah, that and the live events, like you guys do these hangouts, right? Invite them to the live hangouts so they can get to understand you a little bit more. I'm sorry, I'm good at rambling. You guys got to cut me off because I'll ramble on like David Wood.
Just keep going. You can take the whole another hour if you want. I mean, just open markets. I mean, just keep talking. Obviously, I have a lot more questions, but for now, you know, I just want to maybe pass it back to Alan.
I don't really care. Like this is all I do, man. I don't do anything else, but I just sit here and just play around and crash all day long after I did all my work.
Awesome. Well, in that case, right, just one quick one. I'm just curious, right? So you've been in the industry long, you've been with Empower, and you've made a lot of money. I don't know how long you've started your system, IMBiz Empire, but like when you and then you can give us a history as well. So I don't know if you joined Empower before you created IMBiz, or you created IMBiz before you joined Empower. But what was your results like before IMBiz, and what was your results after IMBiz? I'm asking because, you know, is that something where we should be focusing on maybe in the future down the line for some of us who really want to make, you know, 10K, 30K a month to have our own system like that?
Yeah, I mean, you don't like David was saying, like you don't need a system in order to make that happen. I created that system to help my teammates out. That's all. The only reason why I created that. But up until I created that system, which I already had made at that point, I already made 50,000 in Empower before I even created any type of system. So it's not the system that generated that income. It was me. You know, I was doing. I'll tell you exactly what I did when I first started. All I did was I ordered solo ads and I did 10 to 15 videos a day. Once a week I would order a solo ad. I didn't have a lot of money to do that because I had spent, remember I said I spent a lot of my money on advertisement in the beginning, so I was stuck. I only had $100 in my account. But 2 weeks after that, I did at least $40 worth of solo ads a week. And once my money started to keep on rolling in, I kept on putting 100, then 200, and I just kept on ramping it up. But 10 videos a day, and I did one webinar a week with my list. This webinar was 2 hours long. 45 minutes of that was I was pitching people to get inside of Empower. And then the other half was I was doing with the team that was there watching me pitch the people that came to the webinar. I did another half of that webinar just strictly training. So basically, I spent 2 hours of my time per week with those people. 1 hour with my list, and then obviously an hour with my team every week, once a week. That's what I was putting in between 3 to 6. Like my best day was 16 people in Empower by doing that. If you wanna call that a secret, I guess, I don't know.
No, wow. You're obviously getting these results because you demonstrated that you actually took massive action. I mean, you didn't just sit there and expected the money to come. You make 10 videos per day. You buy solo ads when you get the money, and then slowly you ramp it up, and then you're out there touching base with your team or your members on 2-hour webinars. I mean, that's brilliant. I guess I should stop there, and thank you for answering all of my questions. Todd, I'm just going to pass the mic right now back to Alan.
Well, thanks, Tam. Wow, I'm just blown away right now by all those golden nuggets that Todd just been dropping in the last hour or so. But I guess to really encapsulate, I mean, Todd, threw out so much value in this Google Hangout. But here are kind of 4 that kind of really resonate with me. Is basically being consistent. I mean, Todd is very consistent with his marketing, as you can see, and he just take massive action, right? He told us that there was one point in time where he was doing many videos in one day, and he's not going to stop until he gets it done, right? It is that determination and that drive, right? Because he knows he has to make it work, and that drive and determination that will make you successful. And the second thing I really took away is that treating your email, your list, as your most valuable asset, which is making them know, like, and trust you, and really talking to them as if they're your best friend. I mean, that alone is gonna put a lot of money in your pocket if you start talking to them, treating them well. I mean, because these are the people that giving you money, so treat them well. And the third thing, which I, was really, managed that shift is actually modeling. If you find someone that is more successful than you, model them, okay, and then implementing what they teach you and reteaching it, okay. Like Todd said, when you learn something from, let's say, David Wood, and then listen to it, take notes, and then redo the video and sharing your take and your input and a perspective into the video and sharing that with the world. By you tweaking, spitting, what you think and your experience with that video, you're now demonstrating, actually position yourself as the expert. And the final thing is, which I really took away, is really just what's that? Yeah, it's really just taking, if your guys are brand new, have no money, start shooting videos and take trending topics and start doing it. You're not gonna, you might not see result right away, but if you consistently do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, like 10, 20 videos, you're bound to get traffic. So do not be discouraged if you see no result at the beginning, because it is a learning process. But the faster you do it, the faster you fail, and basically the faster you start hitting, breaking through that barrier and start seeing momentum and start seeing a result. And the last thing is, obviously, take massive action. As we know, the definition of insanity is, doing something over and over again and expecting different results. So if what you're doing right now is not working for you, it's time to change it, right? It's time to shoot video. It's time to treat your list well. It's time to take massive action. Learn something tonight and do a video tomorrow morning and just teach it to your people. And Gosh, I mean, I just Todd just shared so much stuff that I'm just taking massive notes here. But obviously, I don't want to go on for another hour. So basically, I just want to pass the floor back to Todd to see if he has any final words before we kind of close this off tonight.
Oh yeah, I did actually. I was glad you said that. One more thing that I wanted to say was like this. I know in the beginning, like if you're doing the free stuff, I know it seems like a lot of work, but in the end, if you want to get to where I am right now, which I'm only doing 2 videos a day, and I don't even have to do that if I don't want to. I know in the beginning, doing 10 to 15 videos in a day, I got to where I wanted to be a lot quicker. My vocabulary skills is a whole lot better. I'm not stumbling, et cetera, et cetera. I've gotten better quicker. If you want to get there, you've got to do that in the beginning. There's no other way around it. You have to act like this is your only job, and if you don't do it, the kids won't eat. If you don't do it, you won't eat. It's just a mentality that I have. It's like, man, if I don't get this done, I'm not gonna eat. Do I really want to be like, crying at night because I can't eat? No, I'm gonna do as many videos as I can, as if my life depends on it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I think one last point I kind of always want to share is what Todd is separate yourself from what others are doing. So by creating an irresistible offer, which could be when you saw a few training, you put together your little own training and kind of offer that to people to entice them to join you at a $25 level, right? As Seth Gordon said, it's become that purple cow, right? You want to be different from the rest of the rest of the affiliates. So if you offer value to your prospect, they perceive that you're trying to help them, they will join you by actually offering them bonuses that can help them build their business. So I guess if the rest of the panel don't have any question, that I guess we'll call it a night, and maybe in the near future we'll be fortunate enough to bring Todd back and kind of have him share more value with us. But tonight was just amazing, and I learned so much. So do you guys have any last words with Todd, or any last word of advice? Okay,
Go ahead,
Well, one last thing I want to say, going back to the income producing activities, just stay focused, give yourself a timer, like spend like maybe 15-10 minutes on a blog or a video. Be aware of time. Be aware of how much time you're spending, where you're spending your time, right? Because a lot of people spend are just busy all day doing nothing, right? So just be aware, because you're losing a lot of money if you're not focusing and spending your time in the correct area. That's all I just want to throw out there. And thank you, Todd, for being here. Thank you for having me on this panel, Alan.
Awesome.
Cool.
I just wanted to shoot something really quick. For those who are watching, and in the end there we kind of covered a lot of intermediate stuff, like Todd would say, and especially if you're new to this industry, don't get scared by everything that we kind of covered there, because obviously like Alan had summarized, is that when you do start off, you can just start with it's really a 3-step simple formula, which is blogging, tell others, and get paid, right? And within that you have to follow the 8 core steps commitment, obviously, but the blog can be your videos or writing articles. So whatever means or vehicle that you want to use to put your message out there, whatever you're comfortable with, then that's what you should be sticking to, your strengths. Todd is obviously really strong with videos and email marketing, but there's many ways out there where the Empower can teach you in the back office. All you got to do is click the link below to get more information, and yeah, that's what I have to say.
Right. Just make a decision. Like, there's so much things that you could be buying right now, so much crap that you buy every day, and you have to just ask yourself this: is what I'm gonna buy today gonna help me to move forward tomorrow? Like, if I lose my job, is this ice cream cone gonna make me some money tomorrow? is this I don't know, steering wheel cover gonna make me money tomorrow? Is this pizza gonna make me money tomorrow when I could be buying this over here to save me money? It's just, it's important. Like, yeah, I'm pretty much done, man. There was something, like, I was stuck. I had something I was gonna say, but I forgot. Lost.
That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Todd can share with us at the next Google Hangout, in the near future. So I guess, well, I mean, I'm just still blown away, and I definitely, gonna start implementing some of these action steps tomorrow. So guys, if you haven't made the decision yet, click the link below. Get started with us today. It's only $25, right? Just plug into our system, and you start getting results. So with that said, I want to call it a night, and I want to thank the amazing panel tonight, and obviously Todd for his amazing wisdom, experience, and value. And guys, just make it happen, take massive action, and we'll see you in the next Google Hangout. Take care, guys.
All right, goodbye.